Old Guys Garage, I'm Brad. So we had a couple developments on Jared's 2020 Street Glide. Originally, the plan was to put a cam in it and change the valve springs, Thundermax tuner. Once we had it apart, got to looking at the cylinders. Jared's got some heavy wear and tear in his cylinders. Looks like he's had an excessive blow-by. Talking with the customer, he decided, well, he'd like to just go ahead and we're going to do a 128 big bore now. And I mean, why go with a big bore unless you're going to do ported heads on top of that? So, unfortunately, I already have changed out the valve springs on his heads to the new 580 lift fuel moto units. So we're going to change this back to the stock valve springs. We'll use them on another project later. And prep these heads to send them back in for the core charge because we're getting CNC ported heads now. So that being said, I thought I'd make a little video to kind of go through. I've had a few people ask how hard it is to change out valve springs. Going with any of the larger cams, you're pretty limited to the stock valve spring and what you can do. So what we decided here, we're just going to go ahead and change these out. I'll put the stock ones back on. It's the exact same procedure as putting the new ones on. Then we've also got to take the other components off to prep it for shipment out to get the core charge back. So you're fighting a losing battle if you don't have a simple little tool like this, valve spring compressor. Tons of different models out there. I've had this one for 20 years on pretty much just for dirt bikes and ATVs, and works fine on the Harley too. So this is an M8 head, 4 valve, standard setup, nothing special. So we're just going to start with one set of heads. We got our new valve springs here, or these would be the old ones, I should say. Valve springs and keepers, retainers and keepers. So the new fuel moto units come complete, ready to put on. So we're just going to swap the complete setup back on that was stock so we can ship these out. So essentially, open it up wide enough. You're going to put it over the top of the head. 1 pin on the bottom valve, centering it on there. Run the top down. You get your little device there where you can see your keepers. And if you see when I squeeze, I'm going to run this down just far enough that I can see the keepers start to fall out. Right? And I just take my method. I use a little magnet, a little pick if I need to. Everybody's got their own method. I'm sure somebody's going to have another idea or a way that they like to do it, and maybe it's better, and maybe I'll learn something if they want to post that too. What we're talking about is these little guys. There's 2 of them. Do not lose them. They are a pain in the ass to find. Fortunately, on this bike, the intake and exhaust is all the same. So once that's off, we're going to go ahead and unthread it. Once we get back far enough, we're just going to swing this out of the way. We're going to take that valve spring off, set it with the others, take the original, put it back on. I guess I could show you why we're doing different valve springs to begin with. So take it, put it on here. We're going to compress it back down about to the same height that we had it at to take them out. This part is a little trickier. It can be kind of a pain. Might take a little getting used to. Keepers are tapered, right? You got a narrow end and a thicker end, and you got grooves that go around the same grooves on the valve spring. So what we're going to do is put it in there with the tapered side down. I just kind of drop it in place, and I'm going to push it up on like that. It does not always work this way. You can try putting a little bit of grease on the back side of them so that when they fall into place, they stay. Again, everybody's got their own method and tricks. I just do what I'm used to, be it a great idea or not. Take it for what it's worth. Try at your own risk. So I'm going to get that one in and fought it a little bit. Okay, while they are held there, without knocking them loose, now I'm going to retract this back up, and voila, that one's done. Just a mental note, show you the differences. You can see these are the new aftermarket springs for the higher lift. These are the original. thinner wire, less seat pressure, but also you see the number of windings. Too much lift, these will go down and they'll bind. They'll actually bottom out coil to coil. These are a thicker spring, more space between, so you can have more lift without the spring binding. So, that one being said, probably go ahead and speed the video up right now while I finish taking the other 3 out, swapping them out. No reason you probably want to watch me do this 4 times. And we'll see you in a minute. Okay, well, sorry for the delay there. We got all the valve springs changed out on both heads because we're shipping these out to be exchanged for CNCs. Had to take the automatic compression releases out, as well as the head temperature sensors and components. So, anyway, all that's done. These are ready to go out. I hope this helped. Not a whole lot to changing valve springs, but again, make sure whatever cam you buy, you find out if the valve springs that you have are suitable for it. Otherwise, it's a bad day. So, tune back soon. Talk to you.